Hi, my name is Myra Velez, and for this first part of the video, I will show the strategies that I will use with Rodolfo Velez that will demonstrate the importance of building a positive relationship with him. As an instructional coach, it is my job to offer him support and positive feedback that will help him grow as an educator. Mr. Velez, after being in your class today, I would like to talk to you about what I observed and about all the great things you implemented during instruction time with your students. First thing I want to ask you is, how did you feel during the lesson and how important is it to implement technology in the class?
Uh, I think I did well overall, and I noticed that students were interested in the topic and participating. I think that it is very important to implement technology in class to make it engaging for all students.
I completely agree with you. Aside from engaging all students, technology can help cater the lesson to the different learning styles in the class. We know that all students learn differently and at a different pace, so we must focus on that. Also, there are many digital platforms and applications that we can use to make it easier for the teacher as well. For example, if you would like to use formative assessments, you can add Kahoot games, Quizlet Live, quizzes, but particularly Kahoot gives you the opportunity to be able to export the results and makes grading easier for you.
Yeah, I would like to get more information and training on how to implement Kahoot and other applications platforms for formative assessments. I would like to get the support I need to be more effective in my class.
I have a lot of resources that I can share with you, and I can also come into your class and I can show you how it works so that you have the opportunity to have hands-on experience. This is your class and you decide how you want to go about with that.
Yes, that would be great. I know it will benefit from this valuable information. You can come in whenever you have time, or I can go over the resources and then we can take it from there. I know you have a busy schedule. I am open to either one of the options. They both sound great.
During this conversation with Mr. Velez, I provided him with support I felt he needed. I felt that he needed more help with formative assessment, yet I did not tell him that. Instead, I offered him options on some of the things he can do. He felt positive and not discouraged at all. He knew I was there to help and support him. Both options worked for him, but he was more concerned about my availability. For this second part of the video, I will demonstrate two approaches to build trust. One will show listening to Mr. Velez and trying to understand and empathize with him, and this will make him feel better. he will feel comfortable, confident with his teaching, and the second approach will be to give him feedback without judging his style of teaching. Mr. Velez, how do you feel about classroom management, and what are some of the things that work great and some of the things that you would say you need a little bit more help with? Also, tell me about a time that you had a situation where classroom management was out of control. What did you do, and what do you think you could have done differently that would have helped you during instruction time?
I think the classroom management overall was okay. However, I do feel that I need more support with that as a new teacher. Something that will help is to pause and clarify some instructions for students who are still confused with the assignment. In the past, I've had situations where students have a hard time focusing and are distracted during class. I feel that giving that students a routine helps with classroom management, and that's something that I need to work on.
What you have explained is great. As a new teacher, classroom management is something that some teachers struggle with at the beginning. I remember being there at one point. I used to work at a private school where classroom management was a huge problem for me. Not setting expectations and holding students accountable for their actions was my biggest mistake. I completely understand how you feel, but with years of experience in observing other teachers, it becomes easier. I like to set my expectations at the beginning of the school year. Students test you, and it is a great idea for them to know from the start what's expected of them. There needs to be rules and expectations displayed somewhere in the classroom so that students have access to this information. A syllabus, for example, would be great so that parents can also be aware of this. I usually have a syllabus and parents are required to sign and return it to me. By signing it, parents acknowledge that they are aware of the rules and expectations, and that means that they have read this information. On this last part of the video, I will demonstrate effective feedback, provide all positive information first, and then give Mr. Velez feedback. Mr. Velez, I think you did great. The students were engaged, and I like how you said that they were participating. The level of participation demonstrates students' interest in learning. I like what I observed, and I think that your structure was also great. Sometimes it's good to consider alternative ways to collect student data when conducting assessment to make it easier on the teacher when it comes to grading. I will share some resources with you of what has worked for me in the past. Thank you, Mr. Velez, for allowing me to observe your class.
Thank you for the help, support, and feedback.